Ryan's already peacing out. He's saying he needs some caffeine.
For this book in particular is going to require a little extra oomph.
I was so excited about this comic book. You know, sometimes comics are so wild and out there that you really do have to have, have experienced a handful of other books, other, hit books, heroes. And you start to see that the narratives expand. Sometimes it's like very comic booky and it goes all over the place. And, if you're a bit more affluent with comics, you've experienced it before, you'll go there with the book. Sometimes you just got to be really into the genre. For me, it's like horror. If there's body horror, I'm in. I'm going to enjoy that. I like seeing weird stuff. I like seeing artists flex their horror, right?
Right.
Sometimes on the other end of the spectrum, which is really the root of where comic books derive from, it's like the newspaper...
Your comic strip.
Comic strip.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Humor.
Humor.
You don't really get a lot of humor in comic books, which is weird because it's comic is in the name, but I can't think of a lot. They're called, you call them funny books all the time.
Right.
And I can't think of many comics that are funny offhand.
Well, you know what? That's going to change today. I want to take some time to show the community this brief little video because it's going to really set us up right to talk about Ranger Stranger by Scout Comics. And who's the creative team? We got
Adam Battaglia
and Tyler Jensen.
They both write it, but Tyler does the artwork.
Okay, cool. Let's see if I can get this on here. Comic fam, hit the like button, slap the subscribe button. Oh, it's a beautiful day to talk and read about comic books, funny books, and all in between.
This comic made me laugh.
This is going to make you laugh. This is a book that you got to add to your pull list. If you have some...
It is mature, however.
It's mature if you like dark humor, but let's give them a taste.
Oh, hello. I'm Garland Woodburn, head ranger in charge of rangering here at Hackensack National Park.
Hello? Is anyone there?
What does that mean exactly? Well, as a public servant of this vast sylvan woodland, I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, God, please help us! There's so much blood, and I think the quail are coming back.
But I am sure it's not all Lumineers and lumbersexuals here. No, the true ranger is sensitive, wise, and brave, keeping an ever-vigilant watch over the flora and fauna who call this majestic land home. From the Clear Mountain Lakes to the flowery meadows, he's dedicated to preserving this wonderful heritage for you and me, our children today, and nature tomorrow. So follow along as we explore this great outdoor treasure of ours, Hackensack National Park.
Oh my goodness. Ranger Stranger. Out the gate, such a strong comic book.
That's such a good summary of the flavor of this comic.
We got to describe the flavor because we can't get too much into the stories because this right here is one of the quickest reads as far as comics that you can enjoy because it's filled with short jokes that complete in just one, if not 2 pages at most, sometimes contained to one single panel like it's a news strip.
There's 8 or 9, I think, different short stories. Stories is a little overselling it, I think. You said, they're really quick. But
they're jokes. If anything, it's jokes. We have a 1950s, 60s vibe of a park ranger who is doing his job, inviting the community to enjoy the great outdoors, to the campgrounds, and to preserve the environment. However, with a big twist, dark humor.
He's kind of like if you took Ice Cream Man from Image Comics and put him in a blender with Ron Swanson.
Right.
And a little bit of Sterling Archer.
A little bit.
Mixed in together. This is a very bizarre character, but this comic made me laugh repeatedly while reading it.
This is definitely one of the funniest Scout comic books I have read all year long. Bravo to the creative team. So what we're going to do is not spoil, because if we start showing you a bunch of panels like we do typically with our reviews, the whole book is spoiled. So we're going to take you through just a couple jokes, short narratives on the mic to give you a taste of what this comic provides. The first being called Cry Me a River. Let's go through this, Ryan. Here, I'll be the girl, and you be all the other characters. How about that?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Cry Me a River, episode number 4. Are we going to blow up the dam?
Hey, Mr. Woodburn, are we here for a picnic? I imagine that's what the beaver sounds like.
I think so, Ryan.
Yeah. No, you little psychos. That's next week's episode. We're here for the annual salmon spawn.
Oh, snap. Did I pick the
Look at all those fish. We've started, man. Let's go
Oh,
for it. I
we
love
started.
this one.
I don't
We
know if
gotta
I
go
have
for
it all, though.
This one's
I
longer.
screwed up. This is it. All right, let's ignore that first one.
Oh, man.
Or start with this one. I apologize. Go ahead.
That's not even the first panel. You're all over the place.
This isn't the first panel?
That's the one you want.
This
There
is
you
the one
go.
I want. Here we go. Sorry about that, comic fam. Let's get it. All right,
Oh, man.
episode 7.
I was so
starting
ready
over.
for the salmon spawn.
Sleep tight. Salmon spawn's my favorite.
I knew that was the one you didn't
save
want.
It.
I knew that was the
save
one
it.
you didn't want, and I was going to try and hopefully just let you go with it. Maybe. Okay.
All right.
Oh, Ranger Woodburn, help! What is it, you two? There's a monster in the closet. That's what beavers sound like.
That's what beavers sound like.
Empty. Nope, no monsters here. You see, children, sometimes the dark plays tricks on us. Shadows and objects seem ominous because we fear most what we cannot see. But in reality, we're safe and snug in our cozy little beds. And there's nothing to be afraid of but the void of our own imagination.
So, good night, Ranger Woodburn.
And besides, I'll be here to protect you, okay? Okay, good night, Ranger Woodburn.
So he puts on a mask. It looks like
Good
a
night.
demonic mask.
It's a terrifying mask. Good night.
Good night.
He's got a big old butcher knife and he's sitting here next to their bed and he turns the light off.
Click. So that's it.
That's the end of the story.
That is the end of the story. You know, there's no monsters here as he's
There
putting
was. Did you notice that, by the way, in the closet?
in the closet.
Like
There was a
in
monster.
a Jimmy T sense, there actually was a monster in this closet. If you zoom in real close.
Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a monster
There's
actually in the
definitely an object.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I did not notice the monster that's actually in the closet.
So he's lying to them the whole time, and I guess he wants to like fight this thing in the middle of the night, and a demon. I don't know what's gonna happen, but they definitely saw a real monster in there.
Okay, let's give you one more. The laughter of man. All right, here we go. We're talking Ranger Stranger.
This
by
is
Scout
how
Comics.
this is what you see when you first open issue 1. This is the very first little short story that's in there. It starts with a nice, peaceful fishing boat on a lake, so you think like, oh, cool, it's gonna be a nice outdoor
That's right.
nature story. I don't know
And
what
it's
I'm getting
beautiful.
into.
It's a beautiful scene too, and we gotta also make sure to be describing what we're seeing for the audio.
Sure.
For the audio fam. But
Picture the death of Fredo Corleone in Godfather Part 2. You know, a nice boat on a lake. You got that establishing shot here. Do you remember that time when I pulled the chair out and Ranger Stenson fell backward, hit his head, died, and everyone laughed?
So we have a ranger and this cute girl fishing in the boat in the close-up. And this is the conversation continued. Of course, it was hilarious.
I know. The DA feels the same way. I'm being given the Man's Laughter Award, the highest honor bestowed on a forest ranger, I imagine. It's like when the Queen knights somebody. Sir Garland Woodburn.
And then you just have a static shot of both
The
characters.
fact that they're looking directly into the camera is what kills me right
It's
there.
like breaking. It's like a Jim look from The Office, just
Sure.
kind of breaking the fourth wall, smiling, just
But Archer.
wide-eyed. Yeah,
It's
Archer.
got Archer,
It's
like
very Archer.
the thick lines and the way they're drawn. It looks.
And it doesn't stop. We have another panel of them holding the same shot, looking at the reader. At this point, you're starting to chuckle as you're reading this because you
Right.
know that this is so bizarre.
This is weird.
Manslaughter?
Right. She manages to actually put the word man's laughter together into one word. And he goes, oh, fuck. That makes more sense. Just like, and that's how it ends.
And that's it. That is the two stories that we wanted to share with you. Ranger Stranger is filled with these short jokes that take place over sometimes as little as 8 panels, as you just saw.
That was 2 pages, but like half of them were blank and quiet and empty. And I'm really pissed that we didn't get to do the salmon one.
If the comic fam wants us to do the salmon one in the future, you got to comment down below. Let me know.
Book has hit $20. Let off the gas, comic fan, unless you're really gunning for some jackfruit goodness.
$75 cover price on this, don't overbid, but if somebody wants it, we got it.